Hey everyone, thanks for joining. Gonna interview Julia here to give an insight. We are gonna do weekly, bi-weekly videos, talk about the company, some recent, press releases, some cool stuff, but also want people to learn a little bit more about Julia. This one's gonna be a very easy one, a little bit of her background, how she gets involved, with PlantX, and we'll kind of go from there. But I want to invite anyone who has questions, about the company or Julia, to drop them below. We'll definitely try and get you an answer and probably do a Q&A video coming up. But first things first, Julia, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Thank you. I can't complain. What about you?
Yeah, good, good. I know late for you, but yeah, things are awesome. No complaints, and happy we're going to be doing this. Again, like I said, the first one we'll keep it easy. Really, maybe if you want to start, I like to start with where people went to school or like what they went to school for, and then we can carry that like first couple jobs, some of the success stories, and then of course, how you get involved in the company. But I'll kick it off if you want to start with, maybe what you went to school for, your first couple jobs, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, sure. We start with the basics. I'm originally from Germany, from Bavaria, actually. Many people know probably the town Munich, famous for its beer fest every year. Unfortunately, it didn't happen last year. Let's see if it's going to happen this year. Probably not, unfortunately. But yeah, that's where I'm from. And yeah, I went to school here, finished my high school. I had my focus actually on sports and French and math. And yeah, then I started studying economics, also in Munich. And after I finished my studies, or like my bachelor's degree in economics, I got the chance to work in the Bahamas. I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth. I started working in the Bahamas for a company who actually had the franchise rights for a couple high-end brands like Versace, Salvatore Ferragamo, Hublot. And I worked for them as like a kind of store manager and personal assistant of the owner of the company. So I ended up staying in the Bahamas for 3 years. I didn't think that I'm gonna stay that long, but I met my former boyfriend there, and then you know how it goes. So I ended up there for 3 years. But then, like after 3 years, I felt like kind of want to go back to Germany, and also I wanted to do a master's degree. I wanted to get some other experience in a different working environment. And the job opportunities in the Bahamas are a little bit limited. So I went back to Germany and actually started to work for BMW, and also did a master's degree during my time with BMW, and did an MBA during my time with the BMW. They have like kind of programs. When you qualify for that, you can actually do all these studies besides the work, which are supported by the company, which is actually pretty amazing. And then I started working in a new department of BMW, like a startup department for new mobility services. I was part of building up, like fully new departments in like a digitalization of the mobility service of BMW. And then I was moved to Barcelona through BMW, built up a new project there. And then I moved for BMW to Berlin, and ended up joining the joint venture of BMW and Daimler. Believe it or not, but BMW and Daimler, Mercedes-Benz, started a joint venture for the mobility services. So for example, for car sharing, ride hailing, digital parking service. So I was part of that project. I was a project manager, and we started the project from zero. And yeah, I joined all these amazing projects, but in the end, after like spending 5 years at BMW and then Mercedes-Benz Daimler and like a corporate structure, I felt like, hey, I want to do something else again. And yeah, start like my own thing, and like actually focus more on my passions. And to be honest, I've never been like a really big fan of like cars or like the automotive industry, because I really don't care about cars. It's actually funny because Even though I worked for BMW, I always used my bike when I went to the office. So actually my colleagues were like laughing about that. But yeah, I really like to be on my bike, and so yeah, you know, I did like 10. I mean, I did like internships and all these things, but you know, I can't like talk about all this. Is like too much, you
Hey,
know.
you already did an amazing job, like the Bahamas for work, you know, it sounds like a dream.
I know it's
And then
crazy.
to BMW, you know, again, a dream, Mercedes, a dream for a lot of people doing a, you know, brand new project. So that's awesome. On to vegan meals. So, okay, well, the next question is, you know, the spicy one, what people want to hear. Talk to me about, you know, passion for vegan stuff, but also talk to me about how you get involved with PlantX.
Yeah, I mean, coming back to the Bahamas story, which is actually related to that. So, like I said, I lived for like around 3 years in the Bahamas, and you know, I kind of lost my heart in the Bahamas. It's definitely like my second home. And even when I left the Bahamas, like I still ended up going there like at least once per year. And and since I like finished all the studies and like the working experience that I wanted to get in back in Germany and in multiple other countries, I felt like, hey, I kind of want to maybe go back to the Bahamas and maybe start a company there. You know, like I kind of had these ideas in my mind. And believe it or not, like in 2019, I went to the Bahamas 3 times because I had such a need to go back there. And I have so many friends there. And I told my friends, hey, I'm about to like leave BMW and I want to like start something new. And then actually one of my friends introduced me to Sean Dollinger, who is the founder of PlantX. And he told me about his vision and his idea of the company he wants to start, and that he's like looking for someone that he can like kick the whole project off. And yeah, and he knew from my friends that you know, I'm having like a super healthy lifestyle. I love to work out, and I already kind of lived the plant-based lifestyle as Sean does as well. So we really like found a match here, and we really have like the same vision. And I was like on fire, like from the very beginning when he told me about it, and we knew that's gonna be like a great match. Yeah. So
Oh,
that's how it all started.
oh,
Basically, it was in 2019. Yeah.
there's some friends in the Bahamas, and wow, that's awesome. And so talk to me, you know, there's one thing you're talking to Sean, you know, he's like, this is my vision. You're like, well, same. How do you then, you know, you're the CEO. Tell me how that conversation happened, how you found yourself in that role. And then we'll talk, you know, kind of how the past year's been, and we'll go from there.
I mean, basically, we started the company, and you know, when you just start a company from zero, basically you do anything. You know, like I mean, Sean has the visions and he has the ideas, and he has like 20 years of experience in e-commerce, also with like publicly traded companies. I mean, he's just amazing, and I mean, he brought me onto that project. But I mean, it's not like that I fulfilled like one specific role. Like basically, when you start a company, you have to do
Many things.
anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's exactly the fun part about it, because and you know, the very much difference to like a corporate company, because you have one role, and that's basically your role you're going to stick into at least for like 1 or 2 years, you know. And with PlantX, Sean and myself basically covered all the tasks that had to be done from the very beginning. And then after a while, we brought on more like really amazing people, like for example, Alex Hoffman, who's our CMO. She's doing a fantastic job with the website and all the designs and all of our marketing activities. And also Lauren Repkin, our CFO. So we have like an amazing management team, and I'm really happy to work with those great people. And I mean, in the end, when you like work on the company for a couple of months, you know, you can like see, okay, what are the skills and what are the strengths of each person. And the more you build up a company, the roles are more defined. And yeah, then I mean, Sean came up to me and he was like, okay, do you want to like take the CEO role and drive the strategy and also take care of the operational part? and like find new cooperation partners. And yeah, I mean, I'm super happy to fulfill that role, and I have been the #1 employee on the company, so it was like kind of a clear move that this is going to happen.
No, awesome. Honestly, an amazing story, and we'll
I
we'll
know.
definitely do a video talking about PlantX and your vision and the strategies, and where you and Sean, of course, see things going. But my last question for you before we close things off is just, as the CEO, what does your week to week look like? For people that might not be too sure, you're still wearing a ton of hats. You've hired a bunch of people, some great executive team on board. Talk to me, what goes through the week to week for Julia Frank?
I mean, honestly, like there is no set week. I can't even tell you what I do every week on a constant basis, because there are like new things coming up every single week. And I mean, when you look at or follow our press releases, I mean, it's amazing how many new deals, corporations, partnerships, how many new verticals we introduce. So just from like going through our press releases, you can tell that there is something new every single week. But what I actually focus on a constant basis, what I did from the very beginning, which is like kind of my baby, is like actually the products that we like really bring on the website. I really want to check the products that we actually choose, and to make sure that it's like 100% plant-based, obviously that's from high quality, and it really hits our standards. And I mean, you can imagine, like we have a couple thousand products online, so just that task is extremely time fulfilling. But then obviously I love to spread the word and have amazing interviews like I do right now, and then a couple calls, meetings on a daily basis, operational stuff, talk to the team, talk about new partnerships. So oh, and then we just about to open our new stores as well. So we also have to like see how the stores will look like, what kind of products we're gonna carry in there. So I'm just like mentioning a few things. I mean, there are plenty more. I mean, we also just introduced a new meal delivery program. So yeah, I
Oh,
think we really need we need a second interview soon.
well, you already teased a part two, part three, part four potentially coming up. The plate's pretty
Exactly.
full. Obviously, you guys have had some incredible growth, which has been fantastic. Yeah, the press releases have been incredible. Congratulations to what you guys have accomplished really in a year. Amazing. And really to let people know, we definitely are going to do a part two, part three, and talk about different parts, of the business. Let us know what you guys want to see. We'll definitely try and
Sure.
get it in here. But no, Julia, I think this was an awesome interview. Thanks so much for joining. Anything else you wanted to say about yourself before we close things off?
About myself, I mean, I can just tell everyone, really be cautious about what you put into your body. Try to work out as much as you can. I love yoga. I can just recommend it. I love to meditate. It really helps a lot, especially during these times. And yeah, everyone stay healthy. I think that's the most important thing.
Perfect. Well, in case you guys were concerned about her passion, she definitely has that. You just bleed passion about both the business and, of course, the vision, which is awesome. Julia, thanks so much for joining. I guess we'll close it here. And for anyone who wants to see or wants to ask questions going forward, I invite them and look forward to our next interview.
Thank you so much for having me. It was amazing.